So what we are saying is that if states are created, then a Kayenji state should be created where the Zulu and the Yauli people will fit in perfectly. Now, the second option, which some people here are agitating for, is to go back to regionalization. Why we don't have a problem if we do regions, unless, except of course, if we see for the middle belt, you create a western middle belt and an eastern middle belt. That we'll be comfortable with. These are the two positions that the middle belt has held. When you were created, the middle belt had never been part of the negotiations. You just create and you find them in different places. Take for instance, the Kare people. Some people will assume that they are only in Yobe, but you find them that they are split, as it were, in about 4 states. You find them in Yobe, you find them in Gombe, you find them in Bauchi, and even Jigawa State. You cannot yank them off like that. So what we are saying is that when you are doing, the next time you are doing this, you must, as a matter of fact, you must include us in this negotiation so that we find how to bring our people. You know, when these states were created initially, the Borgu in Niger State, for instance, was left in Kwara. There had to be serious struggle before they were brought back to Niger. And there are so many examples like this that are about in the middle belt. The current agitation for restructuring should not be subsumed under the historical trend of North and South. That's the game that they unwittingly play with each other. We need an organic nation, not a marketplace for deal-making bargains by elite participants close to government of the day and devoid of popular impulse. It is to be noted that Northern and Southern Protectorate, as far back as 1914, like I said earlier, were married into one country regardless of the feelings, let alone participation of the autochthonous people of the Middle Belt. Now, the issue of secession. We have had these cries here and there. Forgive me, let me not start naming names, but we know some people will say we want to go. The position of the Middle Belt is that it is not on the table for discussion. The Middle Belt wants Nigeria to remain Nigeria. But in the event that some people insist on leaving, we are the people of the Niger area. We will remain here, let whoever wants to go can go. We will remain here with Abuja as our federal capital. That's the position of the Middle Belt. Expunge the Land Use Act from the Constitution and its review to give the ethnic nationalities control over land acquisition and use in their respective territorial areas, with the trusteeship clearly defined to ensure that land alienated from development is for the benefit of the communities, and the communities do not lose their land and developmental rights on account of development. The issue of grazing reserves, it's passionate to the Middle Belt. You have seen that it has created so many problems in our communities. If you go to Benue, you see the type of crisis that it has generated. Our position is to replace pastoralism, this nomadic pastoralism, with ranching. Devote full legislative and executive powers to local government to guarantee full participation of minorities and disadvantaged groups in the economic and political affairs of the grassroots. Luckily, this government has started something. I don't know if it has started the financial autonomy. But you see, if you have financial autonomy without political autonomy, it's like killing a snake without cutting its head. This has to be achieved. If local government, we all come from local government, you know how they are. I don't want to accuse any governor of anything, but we know that local governments are just paymasters. Federal account counts, you are giving salaries to pay, you are giving overhead, and that's all. I looked at the division this month, and I saw that in my own local government, 2.1 something billion is supposed to come for this month. If I'm council chairman, I have 2 billion, I know what to do with it in that local government. But you never see it. So that is the position of the Middle Belt.